Hello, welcome to Sarah Overbooked. I am Sarah, and today I'm going to do some not so recent reads reviews, and this will be the first of two that I do, most likely. Should be able to get them all done in two. I could probably do it all in one, but I don't feel like talking for that long. These are some of the books. These are actually going to be half of the books that I have read this year but have not reviewed. So let's get started. The first one I'm going to go through is Mapping the Interior by Stephen Graham Jones. This is a short story, 131 pages. Mapping the Interior is about a 15-year-old who thinks he sees another person stepping through the doorway while he was walking through his house at night. Instead of the people who could be there, his mother or his brother, the two people that he lives with, the figure reminds him of his long-gone father, who had died mysteriously before his family moved into the house that they were in at this time. When he follows it, he discovers that his house is bigger and deeper than he thought it was. Over the course of a few nights, Junior tries to map out his house in an effort that puts his little brother in danger, and then he has to try and save the family at a cost. This was an interesting, haunting story with what I thought was a really good twist at the end, and I found it unexpected. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I think if you're a fan of Stephen Graham Jones, you should read this one. If you're not a fan of Stephen Graham Jones, but you enjoy stories about mysterious hauntings and or more graphic thrillers that have good twist endings, you might also enjoy this. So I would recommend this to fans of those types of books. The next book I'm going to review is Haunting of Alejandra by V. Castro. This was a decent story about La Llorona. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not sure. To be fair, my only knowledge of the La Llorona legend is from a couple of horror movies that I've seen that is based off of the legend, so probably no real knowledge of what this legend is actually about. But in this book, the lady in white is haunting a family throughout the family's history, to claim the lives of the children that are born into this family. Alejandra starts looking into her past as she is confronted with certain abnormal occurrences in her present, and she starts uncovering her family's story. The book flashes back and forth between Alejandra's story and those of her ancestors and their experiences with this same curse that Alejandra is trying to deal with in the present. This is one of those books that is an average reading experience. It wasn't great, it wasn't bad, it was okay, and it was also pretty forgettable because I don't really remember a whole bunch about it. The only reason I remember what I'm telling you is I have it written down. The next book I'm going to go through is Adrift in Currents Clean and Clear by Seanan McGuire. This is the 10th book in the Wayward Children series. This one was one of the better installments, I think, in the series. It wasn't my favorite. My favorite is still the second, closely followed by the first book. But this one was still in the top 5. In this story, we follow Nadia, who, to be fair, I didn't remember her from the other ones, but I didn't really like a lot of the newer ones. They were all just kind of forgettable. In this story, we follow Nadia as she grows up. We meet her in a Russian orphanage and follow her through being adopted by an American family to when she falls into her portal to the world of, what is it, Belrakia? Something, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, where she spends many years. She grows up there before being brought back to where the portal where she fell in, and the same time as a child again. We follow her in Belrakia, which is a land of water. Like all the other worlds in this series, this is the land where she finds herself, where she understands who she is, and where she finds a real home and feels accepted. And through events that occur, she ends up having to go back to our world. And the next book I'm going to go over is Terminal Taffy, which is the 9th book in the Pumpkin Hollow mystery series. These are short mysteries based in Pumpkin Hollow, which is a town that celebrates Halloween all year round. Being the 9th, there's not really much I can say to you. Also, it's only 158 pages long. These are short mysteries, but we follow Mia, who her family runs the candy store in Pumpkin Hollow, and she is the girlfriend of the I believe he's the only police officer in the small town, and that is how she can insert herself into all of these mysteries and whatnot. But they are simple, fun, quick, cozy mysteries. They follow the basic cozy mystery blueprint. Main character, Mia, somehow gets involved in a crime and helps to solve it. The author made it easy for Mia because she's dating the only cop in the city, so she can always find a way into these crimes or whatever happens. This one was a murder. Basically, if you like cozies, if you like Halloween and just simple fun, nothing too serious, nothing steamy, there's no steam in any of this, you might be interested in trying this series. So next I'm going to go over They Never Learn by Lane Fargo. In this book we follow Scarlett, who is a professor at Gorman University, and she is a serial killer of men who prey upon women. And we also follow Carly, who is a freshman at Gorman, and Carly becomes obsessed with her roommate, and in this obsession she tries to save her roommate from basically herself and the guy that assaults her at a party. This book, it has a reveal that is pretty early. I think it's in the first half of the book, and I thought it was badly timed. I was actually worried after I read it because I thought the timing of it was going to lower my enjoyment of the book, but it didn't. I was worried, but it didn't need to be. I do still think it would have had more of an impact if it was later on, but it didn't stop my enjoyment of the rest of the story. The author made the rest of the story compelling enough that it was still a fun, fast read. Definitely a popcorn thriller. Okay, next I'm going to go over Eat the Ones You Love by Sarah Maria Griffin. This is a book that after I finished it, I couldn't think of anything to say about it. I didn't really know what I thought about it, and I still don't have much to say about it. It's a good story. It was told in a unique way, but it didn't have that spark, that anything. It was just a story. It's not memorable. I don't remember much from this. I read this quite a while ago. Eat the Ones You Love is the story of Shell, who is a bit lost in life after breaking off her engagement, losing her job, and moving back with her family. She goes to what's left of the mall in her neighborhood to get some groceries, and she sees a help wanted sign in the florist shop, and she goes in and applies for the job and basically gets the job right away. But immediately on walking in, she starts obsessing over the shop owner. The shop owner is Nev, who is a little mysterious, but I don't remember much about her, so I can't really explain her. But Shell is adopted into Nev's friend group of shop workers that are left within the few stores that are still at the mall. And she is secretly assimilated by Nev's secret sentient plant. Like I said, it's a decent story. The ending is a bit of an open ending. There is no real commitment to what actually happened, just some open-ended statements about some of the characters in the book of what may be happening to them after the last events of the book. I can't name you any of the characters other than Nev and Shelley. It's definitely a forgettable book, but while I was reading it, I was enjoying it. Alright, next I'm gonna go over Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz. Yeah, I didn't like this one. Did not like this one really at all. I had to restart this book 3 times before I basically just gave up and rushed through it just to finish it. The way the book, it's a book within a book story, and the way the book within the book is executed it just took me completely out of both stories. I didn't care about either one. It started with a small amount of the one story, and then the majority of the second story right into the majority of the first story, and then a small amount of the second and a small amount of the first. Me personally, I would have liked more of the integration of the two, not give us one story, give us the other story, and then just a little bit of the others. I do know that I can like Anthony Horowitz books because I have read from him before and I liked the other ones. This one, I'm pretty sure it was the formatting why I didn't like it. I don't even know what to say about the story. It was a murder mystery, a double murder mystery, because the book within the book is a murder mystery. The author of the book died without giving the ending to the editors, so they had to figure out what the ending of the book was and how the author died. Meh. The next one is another quick read, Several People Are Typing, by Kelvin Kasulki. This is a quick read because it's written in all, basically, if you can see that, it's basically written in all, not basically, it is written all just the messages of the employees of this public relations firm sending back and forth to each other. This book was a lot of fun to read. It had a great concept and something I haven't read before. The execution was well done. Basically, Gerald somehow uploaded himself into the company's internal chat app. And now he has to get the others in the office to believe that he uploaded himself into the app and figure out how to get out of the app before he's stuck there forever. I enjoyed the humor. As I say with all humorous books, humor is subjective, so you may not like this type of humor, which is why I don't really often push humor books. I just say if I liked it or not. It has obviously a science fiction element to it, and for some reason Goodreads says horror. There's no horror in this book. None at all. I do recommend this one. It's very quick read. It's only 246 pages, and you saw they're not full pages, so it goes real quick. The next book I'm going to go over is Breakfast of Champions by Kurt Vonnegut. This is my first Kurt Vonnegut book. Let's just come out and say it. I didn't like it. I did not like this book. The end was better than the beginning and the middle, but it was a slog to get there. A slog. Oh, I did not enjoy this one at all. Again, it's supposed to be a humor book, and I did not like the humor in this one, so that is probably a big reason why I didn't like this one. I do plan on reading at least one more Kurt Vonnegut. I want to try Slaughterhouse-Five, only because his work is widely highly regarded. But if I don't like that one, I'm not doing any more. This one was that bad for me. If it was anybody else, I would just say this author is not for me. But I will try one more. That's all I can say about this book. I can't remember anything other than all of the jokes were just so bad, and there were a lot of them, and they repeated over and over and over. Yeah, didn't like this one. And the last book I'm going to go over in this video is Growing Up Dead in Texas. We're going to bookend this video with Stephen Graham Jones. I haven't disliked a Stephen Graham Jones yet, so yes, I did enjoy this reading this book. This was a story about growing up in small town Texas, and it was focusing on events that had happened leading up to a fire in the cotton fields in the town, and a shooting that occurred after this fire happened. It was about how these events were related and how it affected the town. The story itself is apparently part fiction and partly based on events that occurred in Jones's actual youth. This one, I do believe that if you're not a fan of Stephen Graham Jones's writing style, you won't really like it. This isn't the normal type of story that you're gonna get from him. This is more of a historical fiction, since it was based on his youth, and it's, well, not really a horror. So yeah, he has his own certain style of writing, and if that doesn't resonate with you, unless you're really, really into historical fiction, I don't think you will. I don't know if you would enjoy this book, since it's not his normal horror type of story. I enjoy his style of writing. I like the way he weaves a story, so I enjoyed this book. I just like the way he relates stories. And that is half of the books that I have read so far this year that I've not gotten videos yet. So I will be doing one more of these not so recent read videos to go over the rest of those books, and this one seems to have been the majority of the books that I didn't really enjoy this year. So yeah, hope you enjoyed listening to me say how much I did not like these books that I read. What have you read any of these books? Did you enjoy them better than I did? Let me know down in the comments. Do you have any opinions on any of these books? Are you now interested in reading any of these books? Let me know down in the comments, and if you have made it this far in the video, put a pen emoji in the comments and I will comment back with something else. Thanks for stopping. See you next time.